Do you hear that? Can you feel it? It's the music of a Zelda game. Being able to hear new yet familiar sounding tunes reminded me of the power Zelda music can have. This was the very first thing I noticed when I started the game. Hearing the music in the opening as I play as Link, storming into the dungeon to save Zelda. I just couldn't help but feel nostalgic. This game has a wonderful soundtrack. We get music that's creepy, sinister, epic, tranquil, lovely. I love the easiness that I feel as I explore Jabul waters. I love the jungle vibes that I get when I enter Faron Woods, and I love the bustling liveliness of Castletown. It's been a while since we heard something for this place, huh? There's always a distinct piece of music playing at every single moment of the game, including inside the dungeons. We actually have dungeon themes now. I understand why Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom opted for a more ambient soundtrack, even though I feel like Tears didn't need to do that. But like, come on! I still can't help but feel like it's a mistake. They have a couple of pieces within them that scream Zelda, but they're few and far between. And this game is full of it. I don't think this soundtrack beats any of my personal favorites, mostly because I have a strong bias to them since I grew up with these games. But really, I'm just glad I get to hear that characteristic Zelda music again. I thought I was okay with the direction of Breath of the Wild's soundtrack, but this completely broke that for me. Here I am smiling as the flute opens up with Zelda's lullaby before transitioning into the Hyrule Field theme as I begin my adventure. Despite its familiarity, this is still a modern Zelda game. It's still breaking its series' conventions. It's not as crazy as Breath of the Wild was when it first came out, or even Tears of the Kingdom. But I mean, come on, we're finally playing as Zelda. That alone is crazy, and it feels like a joke just saying that. The central gimmick this time that makes this game stand out apart from the rest is the echoes. Almost every single object in this game can be copied or used in a beneficial way. So it doesn't have to be the bad. You motherfucker! Everything has a purpose. It's just up to your imagination to figure out what it is. Although some stuff is generally better, nothing really feels game breaking. Okay, I say that, but I haven't actually looked up online, so don't quote me on that. How does this bozo do it? Oh, wait! I was hitting it. Hold up. Let me cook. Alright, give up. Unlike the other Zelda Switch games, there's a genuine sense of progression when it comes to collecting echoes. They throw a bunch of them at you at the beginning of the game, but afterwards, if you want to get some more, you have to go out of your way and explore Hyrule, because some of these echoes can only be found inside caves and side dungeons? We have side dungeons now. They're not at the same level as an actual dungeon, but hey, it's still better than nothing. This and the fact that some of these echoes can only be found by going off the beaten path makes exploration feel much more rewarding. Oh, holy shit, he kills them so fast. Ooh, yeah, exploration is so worth, man. Getting a really strong echo just makes things so much easier. Dark Knot level 3, my beloved. There's some other things too that the game does. They brought in a smoothie crafting system. There's a bunch of mini games and side quests. And look at that, a heart piece. We are so back. Even though it provides a lot of freedom to the player like the other two Switch games, it's a lot more balanced, which I think makes it a better game overall. Hell yeah. I'm crazy. Oh. I'm crazy. Alright, let me just get these critiques out of the way, starting with this. Before Echoes of Wisdom came out, I finally played A Link Between Worlds for the first time. Don't ask me why it took me 10 years to finally play the game. It was good, by the way. And one thing that I enjoyed a lot about the game was the sword. I don't know what it was, but swinging the sword just felt right. Maybe it was the sound effect, maybe it was because I could spam it, but something about it just tickled my brain. So to speak. Echoes could not replace that at all. The problem is they're not really that reliable. Either they take too long to strike, or they die easily, or they miss. Thanks. You could argue that this system encourages more thought in picking out the echoes that are right for the job. My counter argument is that the sword is always better. Yeah, I'd rather not wait until they finally kill something, okay? No thanks. Alright, fuck it. How many times have I grown impatient that I just defaulted to using the weapon? Also, Nintendo, can we please retire the side-scrolling array? Make it into a quick select or something. It wasn't that bad at the beginning because there were so few echoes to work with. In fact, I kind of liked it. And then I got more echoes. Just use the notebook. It's so much easier to find what you're looking for. The frame rate is bad. Yeah, that's like one of the main talking points a lot of people brought up. It's more like it's inconsistent. It's not a deal breaker, really. It's just jarring seeing the world flip-flop between silky smooth and slightly jagged. I mean, this game has a Hyrule Castle town, so it's automatically better than Breath of the Wild. Damn, what was that lag? And the lock-on is kind of annoying. Bro. That's pretty much all of the gripes I have with this game, at least in terms of its gameplay. None of it really took me out of the experience. It's a top-down Zelda game, and there's something about this style of Zelda that just feels right. But seriously, retire the array. I hate it now. You know what's the crazy part? You can hold L and do the same thing. Like, why? The L button could have just been like, I don't know, could have been something. Could have been another freaking echo button. Just seems like a waste. Like many qualities with this game, Echoes of Wisdom is a return to that familiar linear format Zelda games used to follow. The game still provides you with a degree of freedom, but it's also a lot more restricted. You can explore any part of the world whenever you like, but only after you complete the beginning section of the game. You can tackle the dungeons in whatever order you want, but you can't tackle all of the dungeons. They're sectioned into 3 parts. It's not even as crazy as A Link Between Worlds. That game lets you tackle the last 8 dungeons in whatever order you want. Good game, by the way. It also seems like with this game's story, Nintendo took offense to the fact that people think that they no longer care about the lore of Zelda. Because this game has some pretty interesting lore with the world, the echoes, Tri's purpose, and how the 3 goddesses are involved. They're finally back after how long? It was all so fascinating. I'm not really sure how crazy the information actually is. I'm just gonna have to wait to see what the lore hounds cook up. What I can tell you is the lore that I really liked was the Link lore. They gave my man the respect he deserves. Once you're finally set free into the world, you get to learn more about Link. You can listen to the stories people have to say about him and all of his good deeds and his heroic nature and his strength. All the reasons that make him just the GOAT. They even gave him a canonical reason for why he can't even speak, which is pretty cool. Except, why is Zelda silent? Okay, I get that she talks, but like that doesn't count. You know what I mean? I want to see a text box with her name on it. I want to know what specific words she is uttering to the people she is talking to. I don't get why they kept her silent. I will accept Link always being a silent protagonist, but Zelda has spoken in other games before, and I felt like it was a missed opportunity to not use that. It would have been interesting. While I think the overall story is fine, it's the scenarios that you come across in each region that stuck with me the most. The constant fighting between the 2 Zora leaders, the struggles of the new Goron chief, Conde. That's it, just Conde. If you know, you know. I found each of these little stories to be excellent and heartwarming and satisfying to complete. Except for the Deku Scrubs. I don't know what the hell they're on. They are not normal. Basically, we're the best. He's got a point. I'm so glad they're back. Basically, it's a new Zelda game that follows a lot in the footsteps of the classics. It's a Zelda game. No hate to Breath of the Wild or Tears. I still like those games, okay? These were the thoughts that I had when I first beat Echoes of Wisdom. It may not have been as in-depth as I would have liked, but I still felt like I wanted to say something. And I hope the sentiment that I was aiming for came across with this video. But if it didn't, then I just want to say this. I grew up playing Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, and even Ocarina of Time. I was in love with Breath of the Wild when it first came out, and I had a really good time playing Tears of the Kingdom. But when I was playing Tears of the Kingdom, that feeling that I had was that I was playing the sequel to Breath of the Wild, a completely different type of Zelda game. When I played Echoes of Wisdom, I felt like I was playing a Zelda game, a classic Zelda game, just with a new twist to it. It's new yet familiar, different yet the same. Many of its familiar characteristics can be rediscovered here, yet it still isn't restricted by its past, letting itself innovate with new ideas to make it stand toe-to-toe with its more recent outings. Don't laugh. This lets me talk to the cats. Trademark donkey joke that I just stole. It isn't perfect, obviously. I mean, I don't even know why I have to say that. And I still haven't even decided if I like this game or A Link Between Worlds more. But what I can say is this. Echoes of Wisdom is a powerful reminder of the strength of classic Zelda games. It's a perfect blend of both old and new. But what if I cheated? Never mind. Yikes. Please get it on the thing. Wait. Oh, hey. I'm gonna need this though. That. God. I didn't jump. I'm just playing so optimally right now. Damage boost. So far, this dungeon isn't that bad. I don't really know what I can say about dungeons. Or at least the dungeons in this game. Other than, they're pretty alright.